nanisagid from Plumpton. I was a lazy bastard. Everyone said that. Then I start running. I felt I need to do more. Then I start swimming and now riding. So multi-sports. I started since 2014. So that's about 5 years ago. I guess the commitments, it's always have to be there to gain your goal, and it's really satisfying after you done something like that, because not everyone can do it really. I started in enduro, which is very short one, sprint, then 5150, which is the Olympic distance, couple of times, and then I did the 70.3, which is the half Ironman. Then I decided to go to my second Ironman. I did two Ironman. The challenge, and basically knowing until when you can go for gold. For me, it's the Port Macquarie, my first Ironman. Since I did that Ironman, I didn't realize how tough it is. Then the condition of that day, it's really tough, and I end up nailing it. So it was satisfying and memorable for me. Do your best, and basically commitments. That's the main thing, and do what you can do, you know, and try to do in a right way, and basically ask support from other members. If there's a will, there's a way. Love is a beautiful feeling. Patrick Swayze. I love to dance, so he's a dancer and actor, so that's probably the reason why I like the guy. Cute. Basically, be part of our weekly training and try to follow the path of people that done it already. You can't go wrong with it. Be active.
My name is Romel Faro. For triathlon, I was a 95 kilo guy and a pack-a-day smoker. And then one day I realized, no, I'm not gonna live long in this world, so I decided to take up a sport, and I found triathlon by accident and started doing it, and I'm hooked. 10 years now. I started cycling, and then I just picked up the other two sports not so long after. So it was the day when I saw this race, which is I eventually found out was the Ironman Championships in Kona, which was so exciting. There was this 70-year-old lady, and she finished it, you know, just before the cutoff, and she really inspired me a lot. And I think a few people got inspired as well. So if that's what inspired me, you know, if she can do it, I can do it. I think that's who I am. The shortest distance I've done was Nepean back in 2011, and then I moved up to 70.3, so I've probably done like 5 70.3 races, and I've done 3 Ironman races. It's a total body workout. So you not only train your legs, or you don't just cycle, you run and you swim as well. You don't need to go to the gym, it's all there. My most unforgettable race is probably Cebu. And I was actually just part of a relay team with Dennis and Delphine. It was so unforgettable because the atmosphere in the Philippines, in Cebu, is just fantastic. And I get to race with you know, my fellow FilOz triathletes, fellow Philo members, and commitment to training. You have to put in the hour. You have to train, become more efficient on what you do. You know, efficient in running, swimming, and cycling. Nothing is impossible. Love is committing yourself to someone. My first crush was when I was 5.
morning, FilOz. My name is J.O. Reyes from Calibel Ridge in New South Wales. I was about 13 kilos overweight, and I wasn't really in the best of health with my gout. On the weekends I didn't really do much. Way back when I was still in the Philippines, I had my good friend Sean Fernandez. He was actually started the triathlon craze back in Cebu, and I basically just went with them in their trainings and their races. Didn't really think much about it, but didn't really start and join them. Probably a couple of years after, when I moved to Australia, I joined corporate triathlon in my company. They paid for us, so I started with super sprint, 400-meter swim, 5-kilometer bike, 2-kilometer run, I think, something like that. Very short distance. I have practically done all of the distances in triathlon, I guess, from the super sprint to the sprint to the Olympic distance, half Ironman, and of course the Ironman, which I did last year. I enjoy doing stuff solo. Swim, bike, run. It's a solo sport. However, I also love the camaraderie and the training that you get, especially training together with the FilOz folk. I would say definitely, without a doubt, Port Macquarie Ironman 2016. I did this race with my good friends in FilOz, Joey, Manny, and Romel. Never have I swam 4 kilometers in my life. Never have I ridden 180 kilometers. And yeah, I've done a few marathons before. However, doing that and doing the 3 sports in one day, that's quite memorable. I would say the race itself, the day itself, wasn't really the hardest part of it. Most difficult part was basically training 6 months to the day and have to manage work and life and family. But with the help of my coach and with the help of my friends and family, I achieved that unthinkable goal. Just do it. You don't have to have the best, bike, triathlon bike. You don't have to have the best shoes. Just do it. My motto is I feel great. I always say that to myself when I'm running or when I'm swimming or when I'm biking. And when I'm in difficulty, I just smile and say I feel great. And for some reason, my body responds, and then I feel great. Love is not having to wake up every day to work, but just waking up and every day is a training day. That's love, isn't it? Of course, there's only one answer. It's my wife, Emily Reyes. In the event of the FilOz anniversary, happy anniversary to everyone. More training, more races, and let's continue in racing together. Congrats, FilOz. Love you guys.
My name is Dennis Contemplacion in Filipino, and they call me Coach Conto. I quit smoking in 2003, and for the next 6 years I was just doing a little bit of swimming, a little bit of exercise, but nothing serious. I started in 2009 and it's 2018 now, so it's about 9 years now. I really enjoy the complementarity of the 3 disciplines, and also the excitement of the transition when you're getting changed from one sport to another. I started off with enticer distances, but I moved on straight away to the Nepean club distance, then to a half iron distance. Last year I attempted my first Ironman, which ended up becoming a duathlon, unfortunately. I enjoy the friendships and the chance to be fit and healthy into my 50s, I guess. My most unforgettable race is, I think it was a DNF, all the way in Europe, in Sweden, where I was supported by my loving wife, and unfortunately she had to wait long because I was a bit tired from the travel and just the jet lag and the time difference between Europe and Australia. Go for it, try it, you'll never look back. My motto has always been the same: less is more. Love is in the heart and it's everything. My number one crush, her name is my eternal partner. Commit yourself. There's nothing like having a support group that is growing and fulfilling its mission. Life is good, don't waste it.
Hi, I'm Joey Guerrero. I'm originally from the Philippines, but now living and residing in Australia. I'm not doing anything at all, just living by day, waking up and then do my own stuff and no exercise, not thinking of anything. Probably for the past 6 to 7 years, and I can still remember the first triathlon race that I did with Hills Tri. I decided to be a triathlete actually, it's just by a coincidence, because one of my friends from the Philippines is the one who introduced me into the sports. He asked me to try triathlon because he discovered it and he is doing it, and he said I have to try it as well. So I said to myself, I've been doing cycling past years, and I decided to think that probably I'll have to do a different sport. With regards to race distances, I followed the normal progression of a triathlete. So I started to do short races, and to be specific, I started by doing an enticer race, and then eventually went to a sprint triathlon race, then Olympic distance race, and then half Ironman, and finally a full Ironman. Okay, what I love most about this sport is definitely, first and foremost, I'm very passionate about this sport because this is a sport that you will have to enjoy 3 sports in one. So there's no other sports that you can do 3 different things in one go. And secondly, I think the most important thing that I love with this one is that everybody who crosses the finish line in the triathlon is a winner, and everybody is trying to raise their hand, because for me triathlon is more on self-achievement or self-rewarding rather than thinking of competing to some other triathletes. My most unforgettable race definitely is my first Ironman race, which was very memorable for me because that's the first time that I was able to put myself into a situation wherein I thought I cannot do it, but eventually I was able to finish it. For you guys out there, I would like to challenge you to do the same thing as well, to try to not limit yourself but continuously challenge yourself until you achieve this kind of, you finish this kind of race, which is the Ironman race, because there's no other feeling in the world that can give you this kind of fulfillment upon crossing the finish line of an Ironman. I think first and foremost, you really have to love the sport. Second, you need to pick a club that can support you. You must be surrounded of people with common thinking and common likes, because triathlon for me is not an individual sports but rather a group sports, because as what I've said, you need a support, a peer support for you to have that push and drive to train hard and eventually achieve what you want to achieve. To upgrade everything. Okay? Upgrade your bikes, your gears, your shoes, your goals in life, and challenge yourself. And also, the last but not the least is anything is possible. You can do anything you want as long as you have faith in yourself and believe in God up there. Love for me is a many splendor things, but love for me is Alice, because Alice is the one that supports me and probably my #1 fan in the world, and she is the one who also approved all of my bike upgrades and my gear upgrades and all of the expenses that is related to my hobby that I'm very passionate of, which is triathlon. It's actually the girl behind me because she is trying to disturb my interview, and I think she needs to pay after this interview because she already advertised all of her blogs and websites and everything. I would like to thank all of the people around me who has helped me achieve my goals, especially the whole FilOz Triathlon Club, for being there for me and for believing in me that I can still lead this club into a much more greater achievement. So hopefully all of us will have the same passion in the sports and the same love and dedication to our club. And that's what I've said. You have not to think on what the club can do for you, but rather what you can do to the club. Thank you.